Hello, my name is Shayne Larango, and I am from the Upper East Side of Texas. My hobbies include people-pleasing, pageantry, and unintentional acts of rebellion. I enjoy sunsets, Sunday drives down farm-to-market roads, and sharing stories with my friends. My daddy loved to go out to eat at the local steakhouse that had a no drinking, no dancing, no entertainment section for the local Baptists, and a private supper club, tiny dance floor, and bar for the Baptists from the next county over. And even though my mama was a local Baptist, my daddy was a route salesman for Coors Beer. So we always sat in the supper club section. And one night at the Wagon Wheel Steakhouse, they had a woman playing keyboard. And when she started singing Delta Dawn, I started singing louder than the speakers with all the heartache and passion that my 4-year-old lungs could muster. Could it be a faded rose from days gone by? Well, as a consummate entertainer, she invited me up behind the microphone to sing. Now, I could belt out a song in the semi-darkness for everyone, including the no fun section of the steakhouse to hear. But behind the microphone, I went mumbly and sometimes mute. But in that scene, my mother saw a glimmer of her own potential in me. And while she had left behind her dreams of being a model and a star for the security of a company job at Southwestern Bell Telephone, she believed there was enough of her in me to live vicariously. Within 6 months, she'd put me on stage. Now, all I had to do was wear a pretty dress and have my hair done up in doo-doo curls and... Doo-doo curls? Yeah. You know those long spiral curls? Yeah, well, okay. Well, in addition to the pretty dress and the doo-doo curls, all I had to do was smile. I have a beautiful smile. But that was not what determined the winner of this contest. It was the contestant that raised the most money. Now, I am sure that my mama put in at least one paycheck from Ma Bell, and I came in first runner-up. Not second place, mind you. First runner-up. When you could literally buy the outcome of the contest. And I came in first runner-up to a boy. He won a crown, which is one of the things in this life that I can say that I am just downright envious of. I have always felt the top of my head is much improved, adorned with sparkles. So I didn't win that one, or the next one, or any of the ones after that. And this went on until after I graduated high school. And my mother signed me up for a state-level pageant. And I told her that I was almost grown, and if she made me do this, I would never speak to her again. And she told me that she had already paid the fees and bought the outfits, but she hadn't paid my college tuition yet. And I asked her, what weekend do I need to keep free and how long is my talent supposed to be? But this time, y'all, it was different for me. At the first night at dinner at a 12-seater round table with white linen and all the silverware and 11 uptight, perfectly coiffed beauty queens sitting on the edge of their seats, ankles crossed, elbows not on the table, taking tiny bites so they could be ready to answer any question pointed their way. It just seemed like a waste of those fat, fluffy dinner rolls that just deserve to be eaten by the mouthful. And something stirred inside of me, and I started doing this dinner table version of a skit that I had seen on reruns of the Carol Burnett show. I pretended like my hand had a mind of its own, and it started shoving food in my face and went after the girl beside me and threw one of those dinner rolls across the table. And I was having the time of my life. And the girls were laughing hysterically. And I think Carol Burnett would have been proud. On Saturday morning, we get to rehearse this opening number. It's a song and dance routine to Big D, little A-double-L-A-S. Hello, Dallas. And I am clucking and shucking, and this is my element. All those years in the bars and supper clubs against the doctrine of the Baptist Church and my mother are paying off. And I am having the time of my life for the second day in a row. And I'm telling y'all, my Shayne shine must be glowing because they ask a rehearsal question or pageant question for me at rehearsals. And this means they have noticed me. Now, I had mustered up some courage through the years to be able to sing and recite other people's words, but 18-year-old Shayne had never said anything in public, on stage, behind a microphone, ever in her life. And I knew it was rehearsals, but I was still so nervous. And I walked as confidently as I could to the microphone, and I smiled with a smile plastered across my face and Vaseline smeared across my teeth so my lips wouldn't dry out and stick. And then they asked me, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? My mind just started racing around the globe. Anywhere? I'd go everywhere. And I could tell that they were all waiting for an answer, and I told myself, pick one. Pick one. But all I could do was smile. And have a beautiful smile. Budapest, because I have never been there before. Well, this brought the house down at rehearsals. So Saturday night, we're all in our heels and our formal gowns, and the pageant drug on. And being a tall woman on the back row since third grade, I knew nobody was going to miss the extra 3 inches those pointy-toed torture chambers gave me. So I took off my shoes. And wouldn't you know, they called my name. Me, who never wins, was voted by her peers Miss Congeniality Teen Texas. I hugged the girl to my left and put on my left shoe. I hugged the girl to my right and put on my right shoe. And I am responding to their looks of horror by saying, act natural. But y'all, this is where things go north of ordinary. So I head back home and regale my friends with all my pageant weekend antics. And apparently they thought my beauty queen answer of going to Budapest because I had never been there before was funny too. I head back to college, and the next thing I know is there is an uproar in my hometown. The word Budapest is written in white shoe polish all over town. On cars, on store windows, all around the square. And the rumor mill starts circling, and the talk of the town is that Budapest is the name of a notorious Hungarian gang that's coming to town. And they're going to spread drugs and violence, and they're probably going to be loose with their morals. And we are all going to have to start locking our doors, front and back. But eventually, of course, the shoe polish faded, and Budapest became old news. But that is how I went from a life aspiring to be crowned Miss Something to the queen of a fictitious mafioso crime ring that was infiltrating small town Texas.